Hey guys, it's Lauren and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm going to be filming a Q&A slash get to know me video. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. I hope that you guys enjoy and let's go ahead and get started. So all my questions are here on my iPad. First question is, would you date an 18-year-old at the age you are at now? Probably, just because I'm currently 16, almost 17. That would only make about less than 2 years. Oh my god, less than 2 years between me and this other person, so I personally don't find that weird. Also, I'm pretty sure it's not weird for a 16-year-old to be dating an 18-year-old, so I'm not opposed to it. Would you ever smile at a stranger? I always smile at strangers. I wave to strangers, I talk to strangers, not like that, but like what exactly are you wearing right now? I'm currently wearing this black crop top with a pocket, I don't know if you can see, and then these shorts are from Charlotte Russe. They just closed down and they're high-waisted and I love them, so that's what I'm wearing. Are you a social or antisocial person? It depends on the situation. I'm probably more social. I've always kind of been that way. Yeah, I'm an omnivore, which is basically borderline introvert and extrovert. Just depends on the situation. Do you care if people talk badly about you? It depends on the person. If it's somebody that I love or, you know, care about, if I'm friends with them, obviously it'll hurt. But if it's like a weird person in my school, like whatever, it's just a thing that happens. People are always going to talk about you, whether it's positive or negative. So when was the last time you cried? I cried a lot. But I think the biggest time that I cried recently was like 2 weeks ago, I want to say. It was the day I was supposed to get my wisdom teeth out. I probably cried for like 3 hours and then I cried for another solid 20 minutes like later in the night. It was really fun. So, is there a boy who you would do absolutely anything for? I'm really not that type of person to just like drop everything for somebody else, especially being a boy. If I loved him enough, I probably would. Maybe my dad, I would. I don't really know. But currently in my life, there's no boy that I would just drop everything for and do anything that they asked. I would, but like, you know, whatever. Have you ever wanted someone you couldn't have? I don't think so. It's not more that I can't have them. It's more that they don't want me. Do you replay things that have happened in your head? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like one of the parts of depression. It's just something that you do constantly. I remember somebody once told me that depression is living in the past, anxiety is living in the future, and you need to just be present, because I suffer with both anxiety and depression, and I do that a lot. I think either too far in the future or too far in the past, and it stops me from being present. I've had to teach myself to be present, but yes, that's definitely something that I do a lot more than I should. Is your life anything like it was 2 years ago? Absolutely not. 2 years ago, I was just going into my freshman year of high school. I was just trying to figure out my life, I feel like. I was going to a different school, you know, from middle school to high school. Yeah, I don't think it's the same. I definitely think it's different. I am in the place where I wanted to be 2 years ago, if that makes sense. Have you ever cried over a boy? Yes. I hate to admit it, but definitely have. I feel like everyone has at some point. Not a boy, but like a person like that they care about. It's just something that you just do as a teenager, I guess. I don't know. How do you look right now? I look like this. If you could change your eye color, would you? Absolutely not. I love my eye color a lot. It is blue. I love my eye color. I get it from my mom. All of her side has blue eyes, and then my dad, they all have brown eyes. So, oh my god. So a question that somebody asked me is, are you going to be dancing next year? I am not going to be dancing next year. For those of you who know me personally, you know that I was a dancer recreationally. I wanted to be a competition dancer, but my studio just didn't feel like I was good enough. It was just a very challenging year dance-wise for me. There's literally Sorry, there's a car. So yeah, because I had a rough year with dance last year, I just came to the decision to just stop dancing next year. So alright, next set of questions. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? I would go to Ireland. What would you name your first child? I like two names, and the first one is Luca Grace. I like it for both a girl or a boy. I feel like if it was a male, I might do Luca Gray, not Grace, but I really like Luca, the name Luca, and I really like the name Grace with a Y, so Grayce or Gray. I also love the name Spencer James. Spencer, I prefer it for a female. I just think it's really cool. Pretty Little Liars, you know where I'm at. Yeah, and I just think James is a really pretty name for a middle name. So yeah, probably both of them for females, but they could very easily be for males. Who are you most proud of in your life? I'm probably most proud of my mom. She started, founded, created her own business right after she had me. Basically, her birth with me was not good, and she wanted to change that for other women, so she created her own business. I remember being younger, she would teach childbirth classes from my living room, and now she has her own studio. She's got a bunch of other women on her team. It's absolutely amazing. Like, they teach other people how to be doulas, so I'm really proud of her. If you could travel back in time, when in time would you travel to? I'd probably choose the 20s, mainly because that was when, especially in the United States, women's rights changed. That's when women got the right to vote. There was, you know, the first kind of feminist, not the first feminist, but like first feminist to be recognized as feminists. I think that's a really cool time. So probably the 20s. And plus I feel like the fashion was really cool. So yeah. I found a writer who thinks just like you. That's really hard to say. Definitely read a lot of books in my time, you know, being as old as I am. I definitely love poetry, especially poetry that relates to self-healing and self-love. I definitely think that's really important. Books like Milk and Honey, Sun and Her Flowers, as well as Pillow Thoughts. Those are three poetry books that I own. I just think they're so beautiful. I think that they just put thoughts into words so well. They're both written by females. Do you like your name? Is there another name you think would fit better? I don't hate my name, but I also don't love it. Are you a dog or a cat person? That's not even a question. I'm obviously a dog person. I have a dog, obviously. Would rather be in Middle Earth, Narnia, or Hogwarts, or somewhere else? Probably Narnia. I think Narnia is so freaking cool. I think the whole idea of Narnia is really cool. Just your imagination. Obviously, I love Hogwarts. I would love to go to Hogwarts. I just feel like Narnia would be a lot cooler to like experience. Do you feel like your outside appearance is a fair representation of who you are? Personally, no. I'm not proud of the things that I've done in my life, obviously. My body definitely shows that. There's a motorcycle. My body definitely shows, you know, battle wounds of what I've gone through, so I'm proud of that. At the same time, I wouldn't change it. I don't think me on the outside is good enough. It's really hard to, when you think of yourself and think of who you are and think, you know, when I dream or when I just daydream about myself, which sounds very narcissistic, but whatever. I never picture myself as who I am. I'm always somebody different, and, you know, take that with whatever you want to take that with. But I just feel like how I look on the outside just does not really represent who I am on the inside, in my opinion. I've never really felt that. The last question I'm going to be answering is, if you grew up in a different environment, do you think you would have turned out differently? 110,000%, of course. I feel like, I personally believe that whatever environment somebody's raised in, that's obviously, it has an extremely big input, and that's what I'm looking for. An extremely it definitely causes and kind of forms somebody into who they are as a human. I just feel like your environment, you know, who your parents are, who you're raised by, where you're raised, you know, your beliefs, your opinions, your views, that all shape somebody. And depending on where you grew up, whom you grow up with, that changes everything. I definitely think if I grew up with different parents, with parents who have different views on different things, I would be a little bit different. But I'm also very grateful that my parents raised me and my sister to believe whatever we want to believe. We do have different opinions than my parents. We have different beliefs, we have different religious beliefs than my parents, but they don't discriminate against that. They never fit me or my sister into a box when we were younger and told us this is what you have to think, this is what you have to believe. I'm very grateful that I feel like I determined myself and I determined my own fate for myself. Of course, if I grew up in a different environment, I would definitely be a different person, but I'm extremely grateful in the environment that I grew up in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this. I'll see you in my next video.